What is Brad Gray? That's a really good question. It's a question I guess I've been asking myself for the best part of 37 years now that I've been on this earth. But first and foremost, I guess I'm a family man. I've got 2 young daughters at home, I've got a loving wife, and that's where it all starts and ends, I guess, at the end of the day. But I've always loved racing. I guess I'm simplistic in that, in terms of what I like is what I like, and I'll generally stick to that. But what you see is what you get. Me on camera is pretty much me in general, which I guess is important out there, isn't it, to be true to yourself. So I love my golf, I love my rugby league, I love my English Premier League. Newcastle is my team at the moment. We're going a lot better than my NRL team, which is the Bulldogs, so chalk and cheese there. So I've always loved those sports, and I guess I always continue to do that. Yeah, so I'm a form analyst for Sky Thoroughbred Central, which involves me being on the track on Wednesdays. I do a few shifts throughout the week in studio across different shows like Punters Intelligence, a form line for a Saturday, also a form line there for the Wednesday show, a few bits and pieces in between on carnivals, and then Saturday mornings I'm across Sky Sports Radio. So my job is to essentially find winners, to guide the punters into the right horses. I don't think it's as black and white as saying, well, you find the winner or you don't find the winner, because there are a few facets to that in terms of we're also an information service, we're also an entertainment service. So I think there are ingredients there where you've kind of guiding the punters the right way, but how they use that information, I guess, is completely up to them. Yeah, I do take it seriously. It's a privileged position I'm in. I essentially get paid to do the form, and there's a lot of people out there who like a punt, but they don't have the luxury of spending hours and hours in terms of finding a winner. So if I can plug that hole for them, yeah, it's something that I enjoy doing. So we are at Barden Ridge, which is my local golf course in Sutherland. You'll find me here every Monday, so if you're trying to call my phone on a Monday morning I don't answer, this is why. But unfortunately, you've seen my golf now, so I can't lie and tell you how good or bad I might be. I think the more you play golf, the better you get, but for me at the moment, it's gone the opposite way, but I do love it. I love getting out here, win, lose or draw, I walk off a pretty happy man. By the time I was old enough to probably appreciate the thoroughbred for what it is, names that jump out at me are probably the likes of So You Think. I do find myself looking at those horses, or at least the most memorable ones to me, are those horses with a real presence, and he had that. I know he was nicknamed the rock star, and he lived up to that, because every time you saw So You Think step into the yard, he just completely owned it. I thought Piero was an absolute beast. What he did to win the Triple Crown as a 2-year-old, train on at 3. And More Joyous is a horse I hold on to fondly, because a lot of years there I was going to the track, you'd take your couple of $100 and try and turn it into a profit. More Joyous, she obviously won more than she lost. She was always short odds, but she got me out of a few holes back in the day when I was on track, so she holds a special place in my heart as well. I'm a pretty happy man as far as life goes at the moment in terms of getting that balance right. I've said it a few times already, but I'm in a really privileged position. And it's not a position that I take for granted or take lightly. Sometimes you have to step back and think you are lucky in terms of I do what I love, and if I wasn't being paid to do the form, I'd be doing it anyway. So 5 years time, hopefully for my sake, I'm doing exactly what I'm doing right now.
Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.